Hey YouTube, Incendar here, today with the Valencia 1 quest line, which is 48 or 49 total quests. This took me about 7.5 hours. You could probably speed this up to 4 or 5 hours in a group, which I highly recommend. I will have a recording here of all the different dialogue for anyone who's interested in the lore. So we start out here to investigate in Valencia. You can get this quest under recommended. I'm not sure if you might have to do the Medaya quest chain before this, but I think you can get this at 55 or 54. So the first 6 parts are actually just going here and talking to a bunch of different people. There is some killing involved in this, so if you're 55 and have low gear, I do recommend going with a friend or maybe even a group. It'll really speed this up to about 4 or 5 hours. You get tons of knowledge for this quest, some money too, and a great ring. And at the end, hopefully you won't make the same mistake I did. My eyes are bleeding pretty much after 7 or 8 hours of this, and I chose the wrong ring. But hopefully anything that also got me stuck during this, I recorded and will point out. So this should really save you time on those different parts of this quest that are just a pain in the ass. Alright, so we talked to all those guys. Run back over here to Rock Post. And for any of this lore or conversation, of course, you can click the gear to slow things down or pause it. In the beginning of this, I did kind of just click through everything by bad habit, and someone suggested to me halfway through the recording of this, to make sure I get all this different dialogue, because some people are interested in the lore. This is a pretty good story. So anyway, after those first 7 or 8 quests, you're going to be sent over here to the bassiliks. Just talk to the NPC. You can just run up and talk to them. Low level, low gear, just avoid them or have some friends distract them. Then you got to run into the basilisk area here. This guy will ask you to kill some basiliks. Let's see, we got 42 quests left at this point. Alright, did that back at Rock Post. So now we're going to run up here to the gateway, which is right west of Sandgrain Bazaar. Obviously, I totally edited out all the auto paths. So I figured, everyone could just click the auto path and get to the next location. Anything that's difficult, I will go into detail. But so far, so good. This is all straightforward stuff. Okay, and she sends you over to Sandgreen. Pretty much this quest is just introducing you to Valencia. Even though this does take a long time, the ring and the items you get for doing this quest is worth it, not to mention the knowledge. I think I got at least 10 energy from this. Now we're back up at the gateway, talking to her again. Most of this quest is running around, so a fast mount's going to save you tons of time. The later half of this quest chain too, I highly recommend a compass. It's not really 100% necessary, but it'll help if you're unfamiliar with the desert. Now we're going to run down here to Bashan base. Again, if you got a train of mobs, you can just fall down. Usually they'll just leave you alone. You will have to kill some of these guys here. I believe this wasn't for drops, so it's just the number of mobs you have to kill. I could be wrong, though. I believe this next part you have to light 3 flames. Again, it's all auto path. Actually, okay, this is how to get into the Centaur cave. This was a fun part, let me tell you. And I believe you had to kill some Centaurs here too, so this will be good for a group. But if you pause and look at my location, you're actually running into a Centaur cave here. And if you just do it this way, you don't even have to fight any of these Centaurs. Just run right up here and talk to the quest interaction. I do believe I had to kill like 6 or 10 Centaurs. They do hit pretty hard, so just be really careful. Group will definitely help. Centaurs are pretty evil. And now we're back at Bashan base. Okay, this is the one where you're supposed to light the 3 fires. This is again an auto path. You just run up and talk to these fires and start it. Again, if you gotta train a mob, just talk to the thing and then run. You can see we're getting some pretty good rewards here, and the energy keeps ticking up. Lots of knowledge from this quest line. Okay, now we're back at the gateway. And I believe this is the part where we get sent up to Shakatu. Again, another auto path to get you up to the location. We're learning different parts of the desert here. And a lot of these mobs are different guild quest mobs, so knowing all the locations is going to help you out anyway. And talk to another guy. Shakatu himself. And yes, that is the same guy that does the mini elephant quest. I did a video on that. If you're interested in the mini elephant, just look that up. Great for power leveling trading. Alright, so Shakatu's got us talking to some other people in here. Lots more knowledge. Quest done. I believe we're coming up on the part where you have to kill a bunch of these bandits. Just be really careful, the elite or the rare mob stars. They can be kind of like a Jedi unless you don't have 100% knockdown. As long as you avoid them, the rest go down pretty quick. And here we go, teach the bandits a lesson. More concentrated stones. At some point, you're going to be talking to 4 of these red things. They all show up on the minimap pretty easy, too. Easy to locate. The one difficult NPC was this one. If you look at the map, you got to run up this mountain here. You might have to pause this. This took me a little while to find. You have to kind of run up this mountain and snake around up here to get to this one NPC for the turn-in. This will save you some time if you didn't know where he was. I think I ran around for about 5 or 10 minutes trying to find this guy. You can actually see the auto map will ping this. The auto path. And you'll see it on the ground and figure, where the hell is this thing? It's all the way up here. And you have to run all the way around. I guess this is part 7 of this quest. So, okay, we've got this guy up here on the cliff. And you can always just pause it to see where we are in the mini-map to get your bearings with this guy. Or any of the hard to locate stuff in this quest. Next time I record, I'll make sure not to have that little Incendar thing covering some of the text. Alright. And now for the black. Okay, so the Black Spirit has sent us to the Oasis. I did a video previously on how to get here. Pretty straightforward. If you need to, just search for how to get to the Oasis. From this point on, there's a lot of desert stuff, and the compass will definitely help, but it's really not necessary. But then again, it will save you some time, so up to you. The Oasis is just northeast of the sand grain, so shouldn't be too bad to get to. And they will send us over here to Valencia City, which is pretty much directly east from that location. Camel will get you across there faster, maybe. Valencia City is a lot of running around for about 5 to 10 quests. Notable things, you will meet the King of Valencia. And one important thing about that is there is the Valencia Library, which you might want to bring some energy pots to pick up a bunch of easy knowledge. Okay, we got about 21 quests left in this chain. Library is a bunch of knowledge, but it costs energy to learn each thing, so yeah, bring some pots if you want to do that, if you care about energy. This will just be a lot of auto-pathing back and forth. And you'll keep meeting the royal family in this section. Looks like this is about where I started taking a little slower time with the conversations with the NPCs. And when I do Valencia too, I learned a lot doing this. I will definitely make that a little better. There's some more energy. So this guy's going to want some wine, high quality, which you can automatically path to it by clicking NPC and cook. It's just a little north of this guy. You can pick those up. I forget how much it requires, but you might need some silver. Oh, you're definitely going to need some silver. I just collected stuff off Marketplace to have it here in Valencia. All right, now this part you might want to pause here to see where I'm at. The Valencia Castle is just northeast of Valencia. You can see where I just ran in that cave there. It's just a little north of the castle. It's kind of a pain. I was here for at least an hour and a half, but hopefully now this can just clear this up for you and save you tons of time. You just want to run down here, and eventually you're going to see, I don't know, a little well or hole in the ground that you fall down. And that's where everything takes place. You might want to bring a lantern too. I don't think I had one the first time I was here. A lantern might help you out. All right, you can see what's highlighted here. Once you get in this cave, right in the middle, there's this thing. Really hard to miss this, and you just want to fall down. I didn't die. You might be able to land on the ledge of the thing below, but I don't think you die. You just lose a certain percentage. I'm not like a ninja, so I didn't land on that. So for this part of the quest, you're looking for 5 things. There's 4 rooms. They're all connected. You just have to run in each one, and you can look to see where I'm at the mini-map here, or, you know, visualized by the objects here. We got balls here. It's 4 separate rooms, all connected, and you have to examine each one. You're going to get some knowledge and some information. If you're bad keeping your bearings, this might take a little longer, but just remember, they're all really close together. And just, look for these objects here. We got rings. Some of these might be hard to click on too, so just keep messing around. Now we got triangles. After you get these 4 things, you're going to look for a little entrance. You can see it right here. Just run through that. This will be after you got the 4 rooms completed and you want to go to this thing. The ancient artifact. More knowledge. Talk to the black spirit. Now this next part on your left, you see a little pedestal. When you click it, it's automatically going to teleport you back to Valencia City. We'll actually be back in this place again, though, in a little bit here. Luckily, this time it will teleport you back. Okay, back to Valencia City. Of course, these quest rewards just keep adding up. Alright, back over to the king. Or maybe this is the first time we're talking to the king. Don't forget the library. I believe it's the west of here. It's one of the rooms. And more autopath. Okay, at this point, I did lose about a half an hour of the video when my hard drive ran out of space, but that was just fighting Crescent Shrine mobs. You want to go down here to Akhman, which is directly southwest of Valencia City. There's other videos on how to get there, but it's pretty straightforward how to get here. Compass will definitely help. So before this, you fight Crescent mobs. You just have to kill a bunch to get the drops. Being in a group will really make that quick. I lost that part. Luckily, we didn't lose too much dialogue. You've got to talk to 3 different interactions here for this quest. The one is this dragon or bird thing. Kind of in its ass end there, you can talk to it. This is all south of Akhman. You'll also see a huge robot thing here to the west of the dragon. You just talk to his left foot. And then the last one is southwest of Akhman. You'll see this hand. I think it's a hand. Or maybe a snake. I don't really know, but on that end, you just want to talk to that thing. That'll get you the 3 things you need to talk to for this quest. I spent some time trying to find that last one, so hopefully that'll help you out. All south of this guy. The ancient spear. And believe it or not, once we put this together, it'll actually send us back to Valencia Castle again. That wonderful place. So you can see a lot of your time is going to be running back and forth. And that's how you combine the 2. Okay, so now back to Valencia Castle, northeast of that guy. And this time we're running back to that same room. I mean, you can go back and check out how to get there if you don't remember. Now this time, it's going to send us back to Ancient Stone Chamber from way back when you first started the game. I won't talk about any lore or anything here, but if you read it, well, you'll actually be doing this too, so you can see what is actually going on in the game. Anyway, luckily this teleports you back automatically. Talk to the pedestal. Send us all the way back over here. You notice there's a platform that goes up and down here. You just want to jump on that and go up. And prepare for a lot of lore here. Really apologize for cutting some of this text off with my logo. Like I said, when I decided to brave Valencia 2, which I've heard is even longer and worse than Valencia 1, I'll make sure that that is gone. So even though this quest made my eyes bleed and want to stop playing this game for a while, 7.5 hours, I guess now that it's done, it's rewarding. If you're into the lore, highly recommend it. Lots of energy, lots of CP from this. A lot of these quests have 500 and just keeps adding up. Energy's always good. And you get a decent amount of silver from this, from the concentrated stones, gold bars, and other miscellaneous stuff you'll get during this quest. And hopefully it won't take you 7 hours or 8 hours. Now, an important part about the end here, like I said, I was trying to do this all in one recording, one setting, and it really, I got really tired. At the end here, you have to select 4 people to give whatever item to, and each one you give it to gives a different ring. You probably want the AP and the AP ring, and for some reason I chose the DP ring. I thought I chose the AP ring. So I totally screwed this up. I don't think I can convert it or change it in later either. So when the time comes, make sure you look at the quest rewards for these 4 options that are coming up. And, double, triple check to make sure you're choosing the right ring. Don't be an Incendar. I can't believe I screwed this up, but, what can you do? Yeah, see here, you'll get an option of 4 different quests, and you can only pick one and do one. And when you accept it, it will show the reward. So just make sure to go over those rings to get the one that fits your class. I think that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll get Valencia 2 out. Subscribe for more stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.